So hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ames's Corner. How are you all doing out there? So, I'm spent. End of another hard day at the shop, just doing all the early springtime work. Just I call it in out work. Just you know, checkovers and everything like that, making sure everyone's winter cars are still good to go and yada yada. Just nothing really very interesting this time of year. Usually it takes the first good hot solid week before people start bringing their really cool cars out, and boy, I'm just itching to get some car reviews done this year. I kind of hadn't done any this winter, just ever since that black Ford. We just really haven't had anything cool rolling the door. So yeah, we'll get some cool stuff going on. We got the project cars, we got the rally wagon here. I can't wait to get this thing out in the woods. Just Mother Nature won't let us go this time of year, this year. Mother Nature's just holding on with both hands and just wants to keep the snow up our back. So yeah, this is what it is. Anyways, guys, I finally got the studio built. I got a picture of it. Why don't you guys take a quick look at that? So yeah, studio's all built, all done. I got it all set up. Just a little bit of technical issues to take care of with the audio quality. Some of my older studio videos, you guys might have remembered that the audio wasn't all there in the beginning. I did buy an expensive mic towards the end of those, and the audio sounded a little better as it went on. So yeah, why don't you guys take a quick watch at the first one of those studio episodes I did. It was my 10 mechanics pet peeves. It's the things people do that just drive me nuts. So yeah, why don't you guys take a look at that? 10 mechanics pet peeves. It's things that a customer will do that drive us nuts. Let's jump right into this. Number 10, not picking up your car when it's done. Now, we understand that a lot of people only have one car, and when that car breaks down, they have to bum rides, take taxis, beg, or take time off from work, what have you. And we do what we can to get the cars done as quick as possible. And to do that, and to do the work on a car and try to get it done fast for you, and then the car sits on the lot 4, 5, 7, 10 days, and you're like, why did I rush? I could have taken my time. If you're going to drop your car off, let them know that you don't need it back, or you don't intend to pick it up right away. That way they can take their time, and take a little more time even, to get your repairs done right and effective. Number 9 would be hanging over your shoulder. When you got that one guy that always just wants to watch everything that's being done to his car. And I'm going to be honest, I'm guilty of this. I've brought the Sonnet somewhere, and I sat there and I watched that guy, everything he did. But I think that's a little extenuating circumstance with that old car. But you know, when you bring your car in and you sit at the garage door and you just watch like a hawk and you look at every move that go. I mean, I understand maybe you're just curious, and I get that, but a lot of times we don't like being put under a microscope. It's hard enough to fix the cars, but to do it under a microscope is just a little more stress than we like to take. Number 8, waiting for a long job. Say you've got a timing belt. 4 or 5 hours it takes, and the customer wants to wait for it because, you know, you're the only car, you know, but if you're going to wait 5 hours for a big job, things can go wrong, and things do go wrong, like when you're putting something together and say one of the serpentine belt tensioners brackets break, or the bolt breaks on a Subaru or something like that. Customer's been waiting in the waiting room. You've been waiting for 4 hours. You just want to get out of there. And now we got to come out and tell you that even though you've been waiting, we have to order a part that we're not going to see till tomorrow, and you waited for nothing. So we don't like it when you wait. You're going to wait for an oil change, excellent. You're going to wait for a service, okay. If you're going to wait for brakes, disc front brakes, yeah, we'll get you out while you wait. But if you got drum brakes, get a ride, go home, go to work, whatever you got to do. Number 7, not reachable. Now, how many of you have a cell phone and you don't know how to use the mailbox in it, or you don't answer the phone, or you give a number that you don't have anymore, or whatever? There's nothing worse than having a car with problems. Say you've got a car with 10 noises, and the customer's complaining about one of those noises. Well, it's nice to be able to call you up and ask you what is exactly going on with your problem, with your investment, you know. But when we call up and this number is no longer in business, or the mailbox is full, we got to be able to reach you. I mean, we need to tell you that your car needs $1,000 worth of work before we can work on it. If we can't get a hold of you,
Don't be surprised the next day when you call to see if your car's done and nothing's happened. Number 6, wheel lock keys. Now, I don't like wheel locks themselves. Anybody can go buy a kit that can take wheel locks off almost as easy as if you were taking them off with the tool. But to have the technician root around in your car, going through your glove box, your center console, your pouches with a flashlight, you feel like a cop looking for contraband, looking for a wheel lock key, disheveling everything. I don't like to invade privacy, but that feels like I'm invading somebody's privacy looking for the wheel lock key. If you know you have wheel locks, retrieve the key, put it in your cup holder, put it on the passenger seat, give it to the person you hand the keys to. It's a key. Make it easy for us to find. Number 5, that person that just drives right into the shop, just drives their car right in the door, gets out of the car, goes into the office to talk to the people out front. Everyone in the shop, cars can't come in, cars can't go out, nothing can really happen if you park the car in the garage. Now, it's not a big problem in the wintertime up here in New England because we keep the doors closed as much as possible. But in the summer, we like to have the door, the bay doors open so that the nice breezy air in is what we can get. But then someone drives in, gets out of the car, takes their keys with you, you just stopped everything for your one car. Don't drive in without permission. Number 4, all you mechanics, you have that one friend that when his car makes a noise or something goes wrong with their automobile, they're calling you. They're not calling out front to ask, hey, you guys busy today, tomorrow, let's schedule and come and bring my car. They call you up. You got to take off your gloves, you got to wash your hands, stop what you're doing. If you're talking to the boss, you got to stop talking to them, answer the phone, and they want, hey, can I bring my car in tomorrow at 4? And I'm out in the shop, tools in my hand, I got to put everything down, walk out front, check the schedule, talk to the girl out front, make sure she hasn't scheduled for the time that, call the front desk. Don't call your friend who's the mechanic. They might act like they appreciate it. They really don't. Number 3, and this is a big one, trash car. You got a car that's just, a slobby person just dumps all their soda bottles, trash in it, passenger seat, back seat full of stinky garbage, fly, the whole, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I mean, I understand people have issues, but if you're going to bring your car to get worked on, give it a quick cleaning out. Get the dip. You got dip spit can in your center console. I don't want to work on your car if there's a dip spit can next to, come on, guys. Number 2, you're bringing your car in to get worked on it. Put gas in the tank. You don't have to fill it. At least a quarter of a tank. The technicians, we have to drive the car before we fix it. We have to drive the car after we fix it. We have to let it idle to let coolant systems bleed out, to check things. If there's no gas, the gas light's on, and I'm worried I'm going to run out on a road test, that's irritating. You know a person's going to come and get, you're going to bring your car with no gas. The person's got to drive it, the tech's got to drive it. Put gas in it. Nothing worse, nothing ruins my day than getting in a car first thing in the morning, going for a road test. 2 miles down the street, it runs out of gas. Put gas in your cars. So, number 2, I got a couple of honorable mentions that didn't quite make it into the list. Aggravating, but, you can get around them. Number 3 of my 3 top honorable mentions would be prop cylinders, prop rods, hood cylinders. You open a hood and your cylinders are worn out. You open a hood and then you can't let it go. You got to put it down, get something to hold it up. And while you're working on the car, you bump it with your elbow, the hood hits you on the head. I've had that happen a few times. If you know your prop rod is missing, tell the mechanic, work with him to get a new one. That's all replaceable. That's aggravating. Number 2, they fix it yourself. You tried to fix it yourself. You broke more stuff, caused more problems, but you lie and say you didn't. If you broke it, that's fine. I'm here to fix it. That's what we deal with as mechanics. We deal with people's problems. We deal with your problems. Let us know. Let us know if you try to have a go at it first. And the number 1 pet peeve that didn't quite make it on the list, the honorable mention, would be just not understanding how a shop schedule works. It's just like a doctor's office. A doctor knows you're going to come in with a sore throat and a checkup or whatever you're doing. He knows this takes 15 minutes, this takes 20 minutes, this takes an hour. Same with cars. We have a general idea how long something's going to take, and that's how we schedule to get things done for the day. That's how we know we can get so many cars done because of the schedule. Some people come in and they're like, I need brakes right now. You got a schedule. You can't just drop in and expect us to drop what we're doing and push other people out. Emergencies are emergencies, and it happens, and we understand that. But don't just come in and expect the world. The number one top pet peeve that I've had, and I've had this happen to me, is illegal contraband left in the car for me to work on it. Now, when a technician drives a car, we're kind of pushing the limits a little within the law. You know, we're swerving, trying to make this load the suspension, trying to make noises happen. We might be accelerating and braking and accelerating and braking, trying to hear a clunk or a noise or a whistle or a whine. And it's not unheard of to get pulled over on a road test. You're driving erratic, and when you get pulled over on a road test, there's some instant red flags that are going to go up with the police officer. First thing he's going to ask is license and registration, and you don't know where that is in the car, and you don't want to root around everything looking for this. You can tell him, right, this isn't my car. Boom, first red flag. Don't know where the registration, don't know it's not your car, and a lot of times we don't know the name of the person who owns the car. So it's not unheard of that this could set enough red flags and the cop having a bad day, search your car, find contraband that you didn't know was there. You didn't know it was there, but you've seen cops back in the day. Oh, you tell me you didn't know this bag of something was on you, and I've had that happen. I worked on a car back in my days at Mazda, where I was doing like a 30,000 mile service, where you basically just change the filters, oil change, rotate tires, clean some stuff up, change the cabin air filter. So I take my pre-road test, and I'm swerving, accelerating, nothing, you know, it was just a newer car at the time. It wasn't something I was going to get pulled over driving, but I get back to the shop, I do my work and the services underneath, and the last thing I like to do is put the cabin air filter in, which is behind the glove box on a lot of cars. I open the glove box, and what is there is a revolver and a bag of pot. Yeah. Now, this was a few years back when it wasn't as decriminalized in Massachusetts as it is today. I think it was, at the time, it was like a mandatory year loss of license for possession of marijuana. And they have some pretty steep penalties in Massachusetts. I believe it's mandatory jail time if you have a concealed weapon. If there's a weapon in your car and you're not licensed to carry, you're not licensed to carry that weapon, or if you've gotten in trouble in the past, you get pulled over, that officer finds that gun. That's going to ruin your day. That's going to ruin your career, because, you know, you can't be expected as a technician to search a car before you get into it. So if you got a bag of pot, you got a gun, you got a dead body in your car, you got whatever, take it out. Please take it out.
Things that really grind my gears, so to say. People bring cars in all messy and smelly like that, or out of gas, you know. But it is what it is. So what I need is some help, you guys. The reason I'm asking you guys for help is I need 5 questions for the weekly list. So if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments section, and I'll do my best to answer them. They can be auto repair questions, questions about the channel, questions about project cars, questions about me, or whatever you got, throw them at me down in the comments section. I'm also looking for some 5 lists. I think the 10 lists kind of drag on. They're a lot for me to keep talking in front of the camera. So I want 5 lists. I need some lists. 5 things in the automotive industry that you guys would like to see a list on. Stuff like good cars, bad cars, maybe. Yeah, what have you. Leave it down in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer it when we get the studio up and working. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so we'll get some studio episodes. So yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to those comments down below, and until next time, keep it out of the cabbage.